Hello YouTubers, this is Rail Rocket Ricky here, and today I'm going to review the first of 3 Captain Scarlet Spectrum files which were released for the 50th anniversary of Captain Scarlet back in 2017. Based on the 1967 novel Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons written by John Theydon, Spectrum File 1 was adapted and directed by Jamie Anderson, with the plot going along these very lines. After a violent thunderstorm floods London and Florida is laid waste by hurricanes, Captain Scarlet and Blue head into space aboard Fireball XL-19 to destroy a weather-controlled satellite that has been taken over by the Mysterons. Despite the best efforts of a saboteur, the Spectrum agents successfully accomplished their mission, only to discover that the real cause of the devastation is much closer to home. As Captain Scarlet and Raps the Angel confront the mastermind behind the latest Mysteron attacks, they discover the true scope of his plan, and if they cannot stop him, then Earth will face a century of global devastation. Well, in this story, which proves that you mustn't tamper with nature, not even the weather, Spectrum finds themselves going in all sorts of directions, from very deep space to the freezing mountains of Norway via Mexico. We also learn that in Spectrum it is against the rules to call your colleague by their real name. Tell that to Captain Scarlet, who often refers Captain Blue by his real name, Adam, in some episodes. Incredibly, every Spectrum personnel takes part in the story. Even some new members of Spectrum, introducing Lieutenant Maroon and Spectrum agents 762 and 174 respectively. Interestingly, the Spectrum agents who look after the SPVs also share the very same number as the SPVs themselves. Even the world president himself is amongst the many guest characters. The main guest character is none other than Professor Standow. Talking of characters, weirdly there are only 3 voice actors in the audiobook. Wayne Forrester voices all of the male characters, which must have given him quite a sore throat with so many characters for him to contend with. Liz Morgan voices all the female characters, including all 5 angels, whilst the legend that is David Graham provides the narration. It is noteworthy that the Spectrum File audio books is his only ever involvement with Captain Scarlet, though he would later voice Brains from Thunderbirds when he narrated the SPV profile for Century 21 Tech Talk. As for the Mysterons, excluding Satellite Omega, there are a total of 5 Mysteron agents throughout this story, and Captain Black also takes part in the plot. Fireball XL-19 being part of the story is a weird but interesting crossover with Fireball XL-5 and the World Space Patrol. Here and now in 2022, whilst our world is trying to tackle climate change, This Captain Scarlet story shows that not even science fiction can fix the weather in our favour. Anyway, my next review will be Spectrum File 2, so watch this space. This is Rail Rocket Ricky sign off. SIG.